Hey guys, this is Tony with Dinner Geek Designs. Today I'm back with another video. Today I want to try something a little bit different. I want to talk about the types of printing methods there are for t-shirts. If you can't see, over here, got a heat press, and over here, that finger, over here, got stuff to make shirts all the time. Something I do on the side, but just want to go over it and talk about it and maybe give some tips about design as well with it. If you learn something, like and subscribe. Let's just hop into it. So let's talk about shirt printing. Shirt printing, it looks dope when it's done right. It looks okay when it's done wrong. There are so many different methods. There are different methods for different longevity, a different color separations. It comes down to a lot of different things that what comes down to the best method. So let's start with the big one that a lot of people think about is screen printing. Screen printing is still the Cadillac of shirt printing, I would say. It looks the best, it ages the best, it just is overall the best all-arounder. There are some limitations to it, but if you're creative and understand how to print, it can come out so much better, and you can get away with a lot more stuff. So one big limitation of screen printing is the cost. Each color of a screen printing is a screen. So if you actually look at a design and say, all right, well, I got 4 colors, that's 4 screens. But if you're going on a dark garment, sorry, that's actually 5 because you need a white base at least if white is not one of your colors already. There are some tricks to get around this. Like you can do CMYK separation in a screen printing setting and it'll work fine. You can use halftones to kind of merge colors, but that takes a lot of understanding of like how your ink's gonna work. How are they gonna blend together? What screen are you using? What mesh are you using? And all this other things. There's a lot of steps and processes that go into it. It's a very labor intensive process, but it's also extremely rewarding and it makes the best product still today. I have screen printing shirts that have lasted 20 years, and we all probably have that have lasted over that. But I've also had some that have lasted less than that, just depending on the screen that was used, depending on the ink that was used, depending on how it cured. There's a lot of different processes that go into it. Number 2 is DTG, or direct to garment. Think of this as like a tabletop printer you would have at your house, but you slot a shirt in it instead of paper. This actually has one of the cheapest prints for light colors. I talked to some salespeople about a DTG a while back, and a DTG printer will be about 2 cents per shirt for light colors. Once we get to color or dark colors, it changes. There has to be a lot of pre-wash. There has to be a lot of setup just for that ink to sit into the shirt. It gets a little bit more expensive then, and then it becomes a question of is it even worth it? Also becomes a question of like how much hand time and how much time are you handling these shirts? Does that time actually add up to is it worth reselling? Whole complicated thing, a whole nother discussion about production and like how do you actually figure out hand time versus production time versus design time. Whole complicated conversation. That's a whole discussion for a different time. A big thing I will talk about DTG is that there is no color limitations. What you see is what you print. It's great about that. A lot of your shirts you're going to see at probably Walmart or Target or any of these big box stores now are done DTG. It lasts pretty good. It looks really good. It pushes into the fabric so it feels like the shirt itself. And you can get a printer that's 1 bay all the way up. I think I've seen 10 bay shirts, so it can get pretty big. They're also very expensive. I think I still even looked at a desktop printer for one single shirt, and it was still like 10 grand. It's still a lot of money to invest in a system. Method number 3, we're going to call sublimation, but this is heat press printing. There's a couple different methods we can heat press into a shirt. There's true sublimation, so there's actually sublimation paper that you can do. So that works on like a white shirt like this or something else. And it actually presses the ink into the shirt and becomes one with it. This, depending on the paper stock you get, depending on the sublimation stock you get, this can look really good or really crappy. I've seen both, and it really just depends on the shirt and the need for the shirt. Like if this is for a funeral or for a family reunion or something, it's fine. It passes. Has the same benefit of a DTG, that it is just a what you see, what you get. So you can print full color. You can do pictures and everything, and that's what I see it mostly used for. You can also use what's called HVT, or heat transfer vinyl. Or sorry, HTV. Heat transfer vinyl. This can come in a slew of colors. Like right here, I just grabbed it. I just have this really wild and crazy green. Actually, it looks like white over here, but it's a really wild neon green. You can get it in any color you want underneath the sun, or you can get metallics, or you can get glow in the dark, or you can get puff that actually expands after it heats and gives you like a faux stretch look. There's so many different ways HTV can work. The big drawback to both of these methods is that the longevity of them. I always describe HTV as something that you get when you go to like Myrtle Beach or one of these big tourist beaches, and they have those shirt printers that are on the beach and they're printing you for $15 a pop. That quality of shirt that you're thinking right now, that's the quality of shirt you're going to get when you get these type of prints. It's not that long lasting. It's got about 20 to 30 washes before it's done, but damn is it stupid cheap to get these things done. And that's the thing that sublimation and heat pressing wins. It's stupid cheap. But the problem is, when you're doing this, you have to consider how much cost am I actually doing this for. The next one is DTF. Not that kind of DTF. Get your head out of the gutter. Direct-to-film. Direct-to-film's actually what's behind me right now. This is direct-to-film. This can also be heat pressed onto a shirt. So this is actually printed digitally, and then on the back has a white back coating, so it can go on any color garment that you have. I have done this for over 100 shirts now. It works great. It's a good middle ground between heat press printing and screen printing. You're not going to get the longevity of screen printing, but you're getting the quality pretty damn close. You're getting about 50 to 60 washes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but honestly, if you take that into consideration, how much are you actually wearing the same shirt over and over again? Probably, and how many times you're actually cleaning it. Probably you're washing your clothes maybe once or twice a week, depending on how many clothes you got, depending on how much you're washing them. If you do that, you're probably going to get 2 to 3 years out of a shirt. If you do that, you're pretty good. It has all the benefits of being digital, so you can get all the colors you want. You can get any graphic you want. Downside is, if you do full coverage, you start running into issues of cracking. There's just too much of the material sitting on the shirt that eventually it's going to the shirt will start expanding and contracting, and the graphic will go with it. There's ways around it, but like I said, it's a pain in the butt. So, like this shirt actually here, to break this coverage up, this could have been all one piece over here. To break it up, I actually got rid of some of this negative. So this negative space now becomes the shirt graphic. And this goes for almost any shirt printing you do. Give breathing room. Yes, I know you want your graphic to look cool as crap, but your shirt graphic can also be a color in your graphic. Use it to your advantage. If you have white and you have a white shirt, get rid of this white and let that be the breathing area. Give your design space to breathe, because this shirt is going to expand and contract over time, and the more that happens, the more your shirt's going to start to crack, and it's not going to last as long. So give it breathing space, give it spots to expand and contract and not feel restricted. Another example of that is this design here I did. This is actually what I'm about to do for a shirt wear, and it's actually that roll over there. This is a one color design that is set up as DTF. This could also be screen printed. These could also be done on what's called screen printing transfers. They are transfers that are screen printed, and then you can heat transfer. They work just as good. They come just as good as screen printing. I highly recommend when you can get them. This order wasn't big enough to do that. If this order was big enough, I would have done it through that. This is only about a 12 shirt run. At that price point, I'm not looking at enough to make money. This was still the better option for it. Looking at this, you can see there's a lot of negative space. That negative space is what the shirt color is. So that now gives it the ability to breathe, gives you room to expand, gives us room just to have overall good space. I could have made this one color or just one full piece and done full color, gone crazy, balls to the wall, but that's not what they were looking for, and that's not what I wanted to do with this one. The same theory goes also for screen printing. Like, even when you're doing the biggest and fanciest printing you can do, keep these methods in mind. You'll make your design look better, you'll make your design look way better longer. And that's the key you got to really take in consideration when designing shirts. How long can my design last, and how long can it look good still? I hope you guys learned something. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.